games of the season with recovery from a torn ACL at the end of last year. One of the captains, Steve Peichel, says he makes this team older. A team that's starting a freshman, JaMychal Davis, for the second straight game. Time for tip-off here at Jersey Mike's Arena. Cliff Amori and Nicola Joppa. And the Scarlet Knights control with that freshman from Chattanooga, Tennessee, JaMychal Davis. And now on the other side, you get a fifth-year senior in Noah Fernandez, who led Rutgers in scoring in the Seton Hall game, 19 points. He's getting comfortable in his new home.
Definitely knowing when to score opportunities.
Oh, friendly bounce for Mag. Welcome back home, says the rim.
And speaking of that knowing when to score, that opportunity presented itself. Aggressive drive to the basket and the stop and pop. Mag back in the action here at Jersey Mike's Arena, excuse me. Driving here, stop and pop. Just looking so pretty and gets the friendly roll there. Nice to see him back.
Steve Peichel calls him our Conference Defensive Player of the Year, just like Caleb McConnell was the last 2 seasons. A great slash to the tin, though, by Ty Strickland. Quick take from Andre Hyatt. That's off the back of the rim. Rutgers hit a season-high 12 threes in the win over Seton Hall. Big reason why they won.
And it was so interesting, too, because Coach Peichel said before the Howard game, this team can shoot. Don't be moved by the stat sheet. And they definitely proved it in that last game, shooting 50% from the three-point line. Just efficiency across the board.
LIU trying to work on its spacing as Strickland will take it up top, working on Mag. The senior has him locked up and comes up with a block. And here comes Rutgers, a team that's pushing the pace this year. A clean strip. That was Tana Kopo who took it away. Already a good pace to this one. This is an LIU team that is undersized a little bit but can get up and down the floor because of those guard-heavy lineups.
Absolutely, and the Scarlet Knights going to have to run along with them, try to slow them down on the offensive end. You see here the double coming off the screen, just trying to make them think twice. They come up with a turnover.
Second giveaway by Long Island, and Fernandez will slow it. In for Cliff Amori, MVP of the Garden State Hardwood Classic. What a move! Like a guard on the baseline.
And this is where I think I've seen the growth in Cliff Amori throughout this season, taking him baseline, recognizing that the double team was coming over. He's going to draw a lot of attention, and he gets rid of it there on that drive.
Eric Acker off the mark on the 3. Amori, 11 points, 13 rebounds, 7 blocks, and gliding to the tin. LIU the other way. Strickland sneaks it home past everybody. Ty Strickland's got 4 points.
Well, you got to get back on defense after that, and looks like he hurt himself on that play, had an awkward fall. But Amori taking him baseline, using the right hand on the other side of the glass. Look at his athleticism. And you see the quick decision-making from Cliff Amori as well. He's just playing at an outstanding pace right now.
Gliding like Clyde there. Cliff Amori, one of the captains of this team who's been a walking double-double this season. Averaging 10 points and 9 rebounds. Also second in the nation in blocks, and that's been one of the biggest improvements for him this year.
Yeah, the presence on the defensive end, just a rim protector. You know that these defenders have got to think twice when they go down against Cliff Amori. Amori had 7 blocks last game. We saw him do that against Illinois as well with 8. Just has a knack for really finding the basketball as it goes up.
Well, Ty Strickland has come off the court, and he is in agony being tended to by LIU's trainer as the 3 is off the mark. We will keep an eye on him and keep you updated as we go. Ahmed Esahadi is on the floor for the first time in Ty Strickland's place. And here he is, a sophomore from New Zealand, and Cliff Amori erases his shot. Fernandez in the run out, and Davis cleans it up.
Well, that was terrific help side on the defensive end, coming over Amori, the shot blocker. But we talked to Coach Peichel about this. This is how you know the guards can play that aggressive defense, because if they get beat, you have a great rim protector in Amori.
Cliff Amori, 18 blocks in the last 3 games. And it's not just the blocks, it's all of the other shots he affects.
And not getting in foul trouble as well, too.
Acker, no room. Another shot clock violation by the Sharks.
And great defense there for the Scarlet Knights. But you see here, the aggressive defense kind of gets the step on him, but Maury able to shift over and protect the rim. And then Rutgers playing their game, getting out to run on that fast break.
Steve Peichel said Cliff Amore was engaged for 40 minutes in the game against Seton Hall. The Rutgers hope he can stay like that every game. And he gets fouled there. Well, nice start for Amore and the Scarlet Knights. Everybody getting to the rim. Mawat Mag healthy. Cliff Amore's got 4 points. And Rutgers leads by 4 as we get settled in here at Jersey Mike's Arena.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Not. Instead, he gives it away.
Yeah, you see getting too deep in the defense right there. Amore out of the game, so they're trying to take it into the paint, but just going a little bit too deep. Got to get a little more ball movement. I like the skip pass they had on the last possession.
Davis fading. Can't hit. Simpson nearly took away another one. He's been like a hawk on the defensive end.
It's so instinctive, just being able to follow the basketball and shooting in those passing lanes.
Jason Steele on the floor for the first time and uses the left to score around Griffiths. Nice move from the freshman.
Yeah, nice pump fake, drive around, aggressive drive. Got to get a little bit more of that. Put some buckets on the board, but Griffiths right now having his way in the lane. It's a mismatch defensively.
5 points for the 5-star freshman. He leads all scorers so far, as Rutgers is back in front by 9. Rutgers team with a game every weekend and a chance to really settle into the season before Big Ten play kicks up after the new year. No doubt Rutgers comfortable back home at Jersey Mike's Arena. The defense has forced 5 steals, and it's the Scarlet Knights by 9 midway through. Rutgers trying to go dancing again this year. And these two head coaches, you see Rod Strickland for Long Island, very familiar with the dance. Sweet 16 twice over for Strickland at DePaul, an All-American. Steve Peichel, playing days at UConn, led them to the Elite 8. Trying to get their programs going as Fernandez gets hit diving to the rim.
Well, that was a nice cut and recognition for Fernandez to cut through the lane. Defensively, LIU been letting them get to the paint, and that's been an issue with them all season long. And then the follow-up here, Rutgers getting to the free throw line.
Yeah, they're actually going to call the foul after the Fernandez shot, so that's why Mag is at the line. I'd say Mag was in the act of shooting, too. And Watt Mag playing in a Rutgers home game at Jersey Mike's Arena for the first time since 318 days. Tore his ACL in a game at Madison Square Garden against Michigan State back in early February. Pretty quick recovery, too, for an ACL. I mean, he was cleared for practice in late September.
And I mean, he made sure after the Seton Hall game to shout out his trainers who really pushed him and made sure that he came back at the right time in the recovery. And Coach Peichel says, I feel like he's more athletic than ever. Jumping out of the gym, his leg is stronger, and he's moving great out there. He said he was shocked that he could even play 24 minutes in his first game coming back. So it's just a nice thing to see in the resilience of Mag being able to get back out there.
Mag and the Scarlet Knights happy about what just happened. Forced a 10 count. It's the 8th turnover by Long Island. Amore, great positioning, and pays it off.
Yeah, pin Joppa down low. And Amore, when he gets that deep, he has to get the basketball, demands it here. His teammates finds him. And terrific footwork, spinning to the other side. He loves that reverse layup there. So if you're a defender, you have to give him the step, play straight up and down, and move your feet. Moves well with and without the basketball.
You mentioned a moment ago, Dominique, Rutgers trusting the progress and trusting the process, if you will, under Steve Peichel this year. Having to learn how to do different things, learning how to play together. Feeding Amori, especially this year, has been something it seems like they've had to relearn with all the attention he's gotten.
Absolutely. In that first game of the season, you could see they were trying to figure out how are we going to battle this, and you see the growth so far this year, being able to figure out a better pass from the guards of finding Amori. He has to get more touches on the inside, and they've been doing an excellent job adjusting.
Amori was getting out in transition there off the missed three, but it will be Rutgers ball. LIU shooting just 29% so far. Even when they've kept the possession, struggling to convert it into points. Davis lobbing. Amori, second chance, floats it home. Not all dunks and slams today for Amori. It's been feathery touch around the glass.
Well, it's been so amazing, too, that he just does the little things well, too. Just continues not to give up on the play, go after the rebound off of that pick and roll situation. And Amori just doing everything right here today, following the ball. And again, I told you, he loves that reverse layup, showing the touch of the big man.
7 points, 4 boards, and a block for Amori so far. Foul on Fernandez, his first, and the first one against Rutgers coming 10 minutes into this game. With the way they're defending, that's pretty remarkable.
Yeah, I mean, it's been very aggressive. They trap within their defense as well, too, so just being very disciplined.
Quick trigger from Andre Washington, but it's all nylon. And a much-needed three for the Sharks.
And a tough break for RU's defense, who I thought did a great job keeping the ball out of the paint, had to kind of throw up a Hail Mary kick out, and they were able to knock down the three.
Mag gets doubled and fouled.
Well, if you're a Mag, you got to be careful there because the Strickland brothers have been rotating over every single time you turn your back, whether you're on the block or you're out there on the wing. So if you're going to go back to the basket to make that move, you have to know another defender is going to come over to help, and that's where you're able to find your teammates.
Well, the younger Strickland, Terrell, has been pinned on the bench with 2 early fouls, and that foul is the second against his brother, Ty, who's the #2 scorer on the season for Long Island. And so he'll head to the bench as well. And it's the 7th foul against the Sharks as a team, so 1-1 here for Matt. Free throw shooting, not treating Rutgers well so far. 2 of 7. Now the Sharks break the press with a half-court pass. That's a better way to get across midcourt.
Definitely don't want to dilly-dally at the top. But another turnover here. Just can't catch a break on the offensive end. Trying to figure out what to do against this swarming Scarlet Knights defense.
LIU, a team that only recently has gotten healthy. Rod Strickland said until about a week or 2 ago, we were practicing with less than 10 guys. Didn't have 10 people who were available. Oh, Amori inside, ruthless on the rim.
And man, what a pass from Hyatt as well, too, drawing 2 defenders, stepping around with the left hand to find Amori down low. LIU's just got to do a better job of talking out defensively, a mix-up here, 2 people on 1. They got to talk that out.
Bob inside for C.J. Delancey, and he finishes.
Nice lob there, terrific patience, throwing it up towards the rim, was able to slip behind the defense, and Delancey.
A sophomore from the state of Arkansas, tasked with controlling Amori, who's got 9 points and 4 boards so far. Davis spins, no. And he got involved. The foul will be against Long Island. Look how hard JaMychal Davis, well, we'll see after this dunk from Amori.
Yeah, nice pass there, and you said it, he's been having a little bit of the touch all game, but we know he can still dunk the basketball. But Hyatt, nice heads-up play of finding him. The pick-and-roll execution has been on point so far with the Scarlet Knights, recognizing that the 2 defenders are coming over and finding the next available teammate.
After JaMychal Davis crashed the glass hard, he wins a 1-and-1. Rutgers now 2 of 8 from the stripe. And even still, they're up 9 because of what they're doing on this side. Esahadi can barely stay on his feet, and just barely Long Island gets it over. Quick take, and it's in and out. "94 feet. Long Island has had no chance with the ball to get comfortable. Amori to the other side. Man, that was pretty.
I mean, look at the IQ of Amori, filling out where his defender was before he even caught the ball. On the catch, gave them a little bit of a spin. Pump fake, turn back around and score. Amori's having an outstanding game to start here today.
It seems like even the help defense from Amori today has been more engaged and just better than maybe in games past.
Yeah, well, he's locked in right now. He's playing at his pace, and you can tell that he's just filling it out there on both ends of the floor, filling out what spot he needs to be in and how engaged he needs to be.
Oscar Palmquist got stripped, but now comes up with a steal. Became a hot potato. And shot clock resets for Long Island. But they'll shoot quickly anyway, and it's good. Tana Copa is a sharpshooter, and the Sharks really need to get him locked in.
Yeah, he's been quiet this game, but he's been playing well towards these last 3 games of the season. Really been able to put up double-digit scoring, filling it out, but you know, he's gonna have to give them a little bit more on the offensive end.
Hyatt downhill. Rutgers hasn't gotten it from outside the arc like they did against Seton Hall, 0 for 5. But they found everything they want inside the arc.
And this is where LIU really struggles, is keeping people out of the paint. They're giving up 41 points on average this year in the paint for teams. They're gonna have to push them out to the 3-point line, or at least make it a little bit tougher for them to score.
Copa on the back door. Esahadi somehow got it over Amori's arms. Half the battle just to get it out of the reach of Big Cliff.
We rarely see that, right?
Acker. Good positioning for Delancey. No. One more try. And Washington will have some free throws when we come back. Well, it's Rutgers by double digits, and that's because they are going at the rim ruthlessly. 20 points in the paint so far. Scarlet Knights by double digits.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
An extra possession here late in the first half. And it's Washington in Davis's grill. Amori once more. Cliff Amori dunking is inevitable.
Well, you can see the impact of Joppa being on the bench, because having Delancey down there is a mismatch for Amori in size and length. That was a nice pass right there. Delancey and Amori going at it right now. Kind of look at Amori running back down. This game's getting a little intense.
Simpson no-looked it to Griffiths, and it's given away. Delancey rim to rim again. And it's good. And Long Island is back within single digits.
And he said, you know what, don't call me out. He's holding his own down there. Delancey with 2 back-to-back buckets. I don't know if Amori woke him up, but he's playing at the pace that LIU wants to play right now, and it's great showmanship to end this first half.
Shot clock turned off. Simpson on the attack. No, but there's Amori to stuff it back in. 17 points for the Rutgers captain. The shot is late. Another great crowd on hand at Jersey Mike's Arena for a Long Island team that is playing its 9th consecutive road game. And they tried to score quickly there out of the break. Ty Strickland, who did not play a ton in the first half with foul trouble, could not finish at the rim. And that's one of the big stories in the second half. Can LIU stay out of foul trouble? Or Rutgers won't stay out of the back door. Jamichael Davis, 2 more.
And that speed that Jamichael Davis brings to the court, the burst, the go back door, And nice recognition from his teammate, being able to see him. And again, points in the paint, just really plaguing LIU.
There were 5 different guys in the first half with 2 fouls or more. Tana Copa, not one of them. 3 points, now 5 for LIU's best 3-point shooter. Fernandez on the stagger, got bumped. Mag tried a couple of tip-ins. And Rutgers will retain.
And back to that last possession, Copa has to do a little bit more on the offensive end. We talked about it. This is a young team in LIU. You know, you have those players that can really bring in that experience to kind of will them to be able to cut into this league, but just been hanging around so far.
Amori walled off a bit and still hit it. And those may have been the best defensively LIU's done all game.
It's one of those days, you know, if you're a defender, you're having a tough time with Amori. He's just hitting everything right now. And I thought it was great defense. The trap came over and played straight up, just better offense.
Tana Copa from the parking lot. And LIU back within 10.
And he's got 2 threes in this game. He's starting to settle in as well, too. 8 points already. LIU just looking much more confident on the offensive end.
Mag traveled. The Strickland brothers are good defenders, and that was Ty Strickland, who was in Mag's grill.
And that was something that they were missing in that first half. Off the bench points, 15. They were able to hang around, keep it close, but the Strickland brothers are a huge part of this offense and defense for LIU.
Eric Acker, LIU's top scorer, got it going late in the first half, but misses that. 6 points for the star freshman. Fernandez, scoreless to this point after season-high 19 in the win over Seton Hall. In and out. Had a couple big threes late, Fernandez did, to seal the victory against the Pirates. Rutgers still searching for its first 3 tonight as Copa gets hit on the 3.
You know, Copa with that quick trigger. Terrific find there from Terrell Strickland. But Fernandez being a little too aggressive on that closeout for the 3-point shot. Hit him on the hand off the release.
And so Copa to the line for 3 free throws. 80% shooter so far this year at the stripe. Transfer from the Division II level at Spring Hill. And Derek Simpson waiting to check in for Noah Fernandez, who just picked up his 3rd foul.
And that's a tough situation there. Talked about all the foul trouble that LIU had to battle in that first half, but now Rutgers with a little bit of it. Simpson and Griffiths come in. Fernandez having to go to the bench. That 3rd foul is a tough one.
One more for Copa, native of Perth in Australia. And I got it. So he hits all 3. A guy who was an all-conference pick last year at the Division II level. And the Sharks, who trailed by as many as 15, are now back within 8. Or rather 7. I didn't study math here at Rutgers.
That's why we on TV. You know, we don't do any of the math.
LIU denying Amori, but it rolls to Griffiths. And now Simpson corrals it. What a possession this has been, and Rutgers still scores on it.
I have no idea how they were able to make some offense, something out of nothing, but I credit Simpson to that for just flying around everywhere on the offensive end, defensive end. He flies around, saves the basketball, gets it to Davis, who splits that double team to get the stop and pop on the mid-range. Flying around, miscommunication there. Simpson saves it. Nice pump fake. He's so quick with that first step, being able to elevate on the mid-range.
Simpson head down, and 2 free throws upcoming for the sophomore guard. Now back in the first half, we were lauding Simpson's defense. There was one stretch where it felt like every possession Rutgers was full court pressing LIU and they were turning it over, and Simpson with 2 steals was a key part of that.
Well, he just has an instinct to follow the basketball. I mean, out of that trap, just taking that next pass away, throwing it right into his hands. But then there were some times where he was just shooting the passing lane, snuck up behind Copa during the press bait. So he's just everywhere.
At pressure like this, a much better break. Here's Terrell Strickland. Amori met him at the summit. Sharks will keep it, though.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
My goodness. I mean, at a young age, 17 years old, I wouldn't put up points like that at 17. I mean, I would just let y'all know. But just the talent that he has at a young age and being able to play such a lead role and being the leading scorer of this team as a freshman, getting terrific minutes, getting terrific experience, and that's a really cool thing to see.
Back in Davis's hands, he stripped but fouled. As Copa trailing Jamichael Davis.
Well, when Davis gets the step on you, it's hard to recover, but the help side's got to help out a little bit. Davis being able to get to the lane on multiple possessions now for Rutgers, so LIU got to talk it out defensively and shift over.
Second straight game in the starting lineup for Jamichael Davis. A freshman who was ranked as the number 244th recruit in the country in last year's high school basketball class, and now has become an impact player at the Big Ten level in his freshman season, no less. Remarkable. Had a career-high 11 points against Seton Hall, 10, and now we've got a dog pile looking for the ball. Jason Steele and Derek Simpson don't like each other very much.
I've been saying there's been a couple of instances of both these teams getting a little scrappy, but Simpson was able to grab it but bounced away, trying to take the possession back. But it stays with Rutgers.
A bigger issue, though, is Davis exits and Fernandez is back in playing with 3 fouls. Rutgers struggling from the free throw line. And Fernandez trying to warm up. Still scoreless tonight. Now it's LIU ball. The Long Island team on a long road trip, a 1-8 record overall. That win, a 15-point victory in a neutral site game against Texas A&M Corpus Christi 3 weeks ago. And this is headed the other way, moving screen.
And another turnover here for the Sharks, just continuing to try to figure out offensively and take care of the basketball here. It's really been plaguing them. Like I said, not shooting too bad from the field. Just haven't been able to value those possessions when they get those opportunities.
And fouls on Jason Steele, freshman from Queens. It's his third. And so 4 of the Sharks who have played tonight, 4 of the 9 with 3 fouls. Griffiths, catch, shoot, but short. 7 points for the 5-star freshman. Quick trigger from Copa, and he connects once more. And Tana Copa's got 17 points. He hasn't missed yet today.
Where you got to find him when he's coming down, because he's hot right now. 4 threes, and you're letting him shoot freely.
And off the Griffiths miss, Rutgers will be a bit more deliberate here. Fernandez finds the roller, and Woolfolk got open.
A nice job continuing to move without the basketball. And credit the guards who've really been finding their forwards down low, creating that spacing, coming out to the three-point line, and Woolfolk finds himself wide open, but Copa, man, he's hot right now.
We continue to talk about Rutgers guards having more success and getting more comfortable finding their bigs. More evidence. Same play from Rutgers, but a skip instead for Griffiths, who gets inside and is hit. On a night where Gavin Griffith's three-point shot isn't locked in like it usually is, he's doing other things to score.
Well, he made the adjustment. Nice skip pass there from Fernandez, running this offense to a tee, skipping it out to Griffiths, and then he does the pump fake. Immediately knows where he wants to go with the basketball. Off that skip pass, you got to drive. You got to attack the lane. And Griffiths is so athletic to being able to raise up and challenge the bigs down low.
Yeah, Griffiths, one of a couple of underclassmen seeing consistent minutes this year for Rutgers. He and Jamichael Davis part of the freshman class, and sophomores like Simpson and Woolfolk seeing significant time as returners as well. Now, second free throw is good. So 8 points for Gavin Griffiths, and Rutgers extends the lead to 13. Acker on the lob, and Delancey did just enough to tip it in.
LIU just won't go away, will they? Just continuing to battle, looking for their shot, and just hanging around. 12 minutes left in the half.
Hyatt got it. First three of the night for Rutgers.
And I know that's a huge sigh of relief, being able to finally knock down a three-pointer here.
Thrown away on the slip. Will the three ball Rutgers now with sort of a college football schedule this month of December. A game every Saturday and nothing during the week but studying and taking finals.
Yeah, been able to get some much needed rest here too. I mean, we talked about Mag being back in the lineup as well too. Just having the different space between these games gives them more opportunity to continue to build upon the injury that he just recovered from. But a lot of test taking going on right now for the team.
Steve Peichel, too, has mentioned he wants to get Austin Williams healthy. Williams was not on the injury report before the game. We haven't seen him yet, though. Was dressed. Trying to get Emmanuel Ogbol, the junior college transfer center, healthy as well. Hasn't played yet this year. Rutgers hoping to get both those guys back before Big Ten play ramps up. Fernandez tips it, corralled by Terrell Strickland, and again, it's a 10-point game.
Defense doing a much better job for the Sharks, shooting that passing lane. A bad pass there. You got to shrink it just too far away for Simpson to get it to Fernandez. So Rutgers got to be careful here. Still close.
Simpson shares to Hyatt, and that time it's off the back of the backboard. Around for Copa. Couldn't find another. Talking to the LIU team before the game, they were saying Copa getting hot is one of the things we need today. He's been that. It's his first miss.
Or even for him getting that shot off so quickly. If you're a defender, you got to be on him. I mean, you can't let him raise up into the shot that comfortably on the three-point line.
Griffiths. No. Rutgers 1 of 13 from deep. Ty Strickland around the corner and to the corner for his brother, but Terrell missed it, and Fernandez leads the charge. Griffiths spun, but it got blocked. CJ Delancey's played some big minutes today.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of an offensive spurt for them going into that halftime, and now playing some great defense there. And also credit to Terrell Strickland for cutting off that baseline, making it difficult for Griffiths.
Copa inside the arc, had his pass tipped. Now where does Rutgers go for offense? A foul. Griffiths again trying to use his physicality to force his way inside.
Yeah, you see him trying to weed his way in, but I think the limp has really been bothering Copa on these last possessions. Hyatt has been picking him up at the three-point line. Don't want him to get those threes off too easily. But then another big defensive stop for Rutgers.
1-1 now for Rutgers with Long Island over the limit, and the foul is on Terrell Strickland, his fourth. Griffiths, a great shooter, has not been sharp at the line so far. Now, Rutgers will retain off the tip out.
And like you said, Terrell Strickland going to the bench with 4 fouls. Joppa also now with 4 fouls as well. That same foul trouble that was plaguing them in that first half, really messing with them in the second half here. They're trying to get over the hump, continue to cut this lead down to single digits.
Mag. More size than Copa, but missed the hook. And another freebie. Fernandez picked off. That was Ty Strickland who stayed home. Again, Long Island with a chance to make this a single-digit ball game. Acker sneaks it for Delancey. The lead is 8, but a tee. Oh, CJ Delancey just got teed up. And I'm with Rod Strickland here. CJ Delancey didn't hang on the rim. He did hit the ball, but it seemed like it was just in his motion to sort of flex his muscles. Didn't seem to go at any player specifically. Wow, that's a curious one.
Very curious, and you know, we're up high. You know, maybe there was, you know, something that the referees warned them about. We haven't seen anything to that nature. I did mention in the first half, after the dunk, him and Amori kind of, you know, jawing a little bit with each other, but not sure if the referees are trying to keep a handle on it, but I don't know about that call. It looked like just great competitiveness after the dunk on Delancey.
Fernandez split the pair of technical free throws, and now Amori able to force it out to Hyatt. Fernandez step back, no, it was long. And a foul against Rutgers fighting for the rebound.
And it looks like the Sharks have defensively kind of getting under Rutgers' skin a little bit. I mean, they've been more aggressive, you know, despite the foul trouble. They're continuing to play their defensive game. It's kind of frustrating, the Scarlet Knights offense.
Acker using the screen to get downhill, and he scores around Amori.
I mean, that's tough right there for a freshman. The hesitation dribble and getting it high off the glass with 2 defenders on you. And LIU down 7 right now.
Fernandez looking for Cliff on the roll, and it's knocked away.
That turnover number starting to creep up a little bit for the Scarlet Knights here. Got to take care of the basketball, but the stifling defense of the Sharks is stepping up right now.
Late in the shot clock, the 6th-year senior Ty Strickland got hit, no whistle, and airballed it. And now Fernandez leading Mag. Rutgers will keep it as we get a timeout on the floor.
He's been doing all the little things and then some to keep LIU in this game, and now only being down 7, he's just really been boosting his team and giving them what they need to cut into the lead.
Rutgers back inside to Big Cliff, and he's got his first 20-point game of the season. 21 today for Amori.
And you know, there was no field goals the last 4:57 for Rutgers, and finally get one. Why? Because they went back inside to Amori, trying to do a little bit too much on the offensive end.
Andre Washington responds. The junior from Staten Island has come up with the bucket, it feels like, every time LIU really needs one. He's got 9.
A couple of players on the Sharks playing some really solid games for their big minutes. You know, they've been plagued by foul trouble. It's been nice to see for this young team.
Delancey denying. You mentioned Sharks who are having emergent performances. How about Delancey? 10 points.
I mean, he's shooting 5 of 6 right now, too. He's been aggressive looking for a shot, but having a huge task on trying to keep Omori off of the boards. And I said that's the adjustment they needed to make in the second half, and he's been playing some big minutes for them.
Mag connects. Just the second bucket for Mawat Mag today. His defense, though, has been the key.
He definitely got the crowd into it with that bucket right there. Nice to see Mag.
Acker off the mark on the silencer. In rhythm. Yes! Mawat Mag, massive three. Take a look at this. Mawat Mag, when he plays, Rutgers is 17-7. When he's not in the lineup the last couple of years, Rutgers has been below 500. It's clear the value he brings to this team.
And you see that experience kicking in as well, too. Just taking responsibility and finding some much-needed buckets.
Out of timeout. Off the mark there from Strickland. And Rutgers now with a 12-point lead and a little more than 5 minutes to go. Hyatt lobs, and Omori jams it. That was sweet.
Oh my God. Woo! What a pass there from Hyatt to Omori. What a connection, and the crowd erupts after that play right there.
Washington had to adjust because of Omori. And Rutgers runs. And a tip by Copa just to stop the flow. Air Cliff cleared for takeoff. Wow.
Man, pinpoint pass right there to find Omori. Rutgers getting back to what was working in that first half, and that's finding Omori. The defense not shifting over in time. That's just too easy of a dunk right there for Big Cliff.
Got to go back to him, right? Of course it does. And Cliff Omori now has a career-high 25 points.
Man, he is really rolling this game. And like you said, you got to go back to him. His guards taking it upon themselves to really get the big man back working within this offense. And you can see here where they're able to stack that separation.
Copa, no, moved the net, but airballed it. And Omori with the rebound now has a double-double too. On the same day where he was honored for scoring his 1,000th career point last time out against Seton Hall. What an afternoon for the senior. And Steve Peichel will take a timeout here with Rutgers a bit discombobulated. For the native of Benin City, Nigeria, Steve Peichel said about the Seton Hall performance that Omori was engaged for 40 minutes. And you can say the same again today.
Well, he was locked in top to bottom, and I keep saying it. I credit his teammates for just making sure that he gets the touches that he needs within the offense.
Hyatt crashing for the putback. Rutgers on an 11-0 run, and the lead is now 18.
I mean, what a burst of offense out of nowhere. I mean, Mag really fueling them where LIU had to take that timeout, and it seemed like they just got it together right out of that conversation with Coach Peichel.
Hyatt in the passing lane, Strickland able to save it. Oh, Acker stepped out of bounds. Long Island did so well to hang around for so long, but Rutgers now asserting its dominance in the final minutes. This was a 7-point game as recently as 4 or so minutes ago.
Yeah. I mean, the tides turned quickly for LIU, and now Rutgers just been able to execute offensively with ease. They're gonna have to step the defense back up.
Davis, extra pass for Hyatt. Yes!
And Hyatt's having a year, man. I mean, he looks so confident out there and so comfortable. Whether his shot's falling or not, he just continues to be in on the action of every single play for the Scarlet Knights, and that just shows his leadership there, dapping up the teammates, finding them. I've just been really impressed on how he started the season.
And on a day where Andre Hyatt has not been one of the top stories, he's got 12 points and 9 rebounds. Sort of that model of consistency as a sixth-year senior.
Yeah, I mean, he knows he got to go out there and do it, whether they're up big or up little or even down. Just continuing to play his game out there for his teammates, and it shows how good of a teammate he is.
Copa's got a hoist, and Mag got a piece of it. 7th block for Rutgers today. Two-man game with the roommates. And Mag off the back of the rim. Now, Maury said another reason why he played so well against Seton Hall is his roommate, Mawat Mag, was back in the lineup.
He was so happy to say that his roommate was back. And I think little moments like that just show like how much these teammates like each other, and they just like being around each other and helping each other grow. And everyone was so excited to see Mag back in the lineup, and he certainly made an impact today.
Rutgers will bleed clock inside the final 2 minutes. Simpson, pull up. And it's off the mark. Trying to stop the drought. Washington cannot, and Simpson controls. It will look a lot more comfortable on paper when this day is done, but for a while, this was a single-digit game.
Yeah, it was definitely a scrap, a battle. And credit LIU, for really coming out here and playing against this powerhouse team. They've been developing and getting better as the season progresses, but still some things they need to clean up.
Yeah, Copa, a big reason why the Sharks were in it. 19 points, season high for the D2 transfer. And that stops Rutgers' 14-0 run.
And Coach Strickland said, Copa has really come along late in this first half of the season. 4 games now straight with double-figure scoring, and just seeing the impact that he can do in the offensive end. I mean, 4 or 5 from 3. He's really shooting lights out here today, trying to get his team a win, but going to fall up short with 1 minute left to play. Kayak. I mean, they were looking cool. Like, they used to that.
Calmer than I probably would have been on a kayak with foreign waters. Now you can see Rutgers gelling. Tried to figure it out the first month of this season, but with Big Ten play now 2 weeks away, starting to put it all together. As Davis hits both free throws, and it's a 21-point difference. With Rutgers now on its way to its 2nd straight win and a 7-3 record heading into a date next Saturday with Mississippi State at the Prudential Center, neutral site game on the 23rd, which will be on the Big Ten Network at noon. That's a big one. Mississippi State was a top 25 team earlier this year.
Yeah, that'll be a tough one. SEC opponent, big bodies in Mississippi State. And they're going to have to battle it out for that one, but it'll get them ready for conference play.
Simpson, Amori, Hyatt corrals it. Rutgers plus 11 on the glass. And it's Mississippi State weekend after that. It's Stonehill, and then it's all Big Ten the rest of the way. Mag, the cherry on top.
Well, there it is, that 80-point team that Coach Peichel talks so much about. This is the ability that he feels his Rutgers team knows how to score the basketball, and Mag with 2 threes here tonight. A nice homecoming for him.
Yeah, double figures for the first time this season for Mag with 10. That stroke looks good too.
It looks really good out there. I mean, impressed on how quickly he's been able to come back after rehabbing an ACL tear.
At one point, LIU made it a 7-point game late second half, but Rutgers closes on a 19-4 run. And Cliff Amori, it's a career game, 25 points, 11 rebounds.
I mean, he was outstanding and just so much fun to watch. I mean, you could tell when he's into it, when he's locked in, when he's focused, he's unstoppable, and he had a great game here today.